Welcome back to Nihili Gaming. I am Vox. So last episode pretty much just took on a bunch of side quests. Sort of progressed the main story a little bit, not really. We just got the next objectives. And then we came out here, found Scout Ritz, who was having a little picnic with this apostate mage. Saved her. Unfortunately, her little girlfriend is dead. But we recruited her as one of the agents. I completely forgot that that was part of the game. Is occasionally you got to run into some of your soldiers. And other people too, actually. It's like an achievement. I think there's like 13 in total. Something like that. But you gotta like pick the right dialogue choices and find them and stuff. So we got her. That's cool. We're just gonna make our way over.
Out here. Reminds me of Kirkwall during the Blight.
Yeah, those references really make me want to play the second game again, I'm not gonna lie. We don't need to kill that ram anymore. We got all the ram meat that we needed for that other little side quest. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this little fort. I can't remember what it's called. There's a bunch of like fanatics in there. Oh, and we have enough Drakestone now to fill that requisition, so that's cool.
I know you. They call you the Herald of Andraste for what you did at Haven. The Maker has not told me.
Yeah, the Maker has not told anybody. I'm just gonna say I'm not certain.
I honestly don't know myself.
As I suspected, stories of you mastering the rifts are just blind heresy.
Well, that's not true.
I can seal rifts.
Then prove it. Show me that the rifts bend to your will, the will of the Maker. Show me the power you wield.
Alright.
This cult, what are you doing out here? What is it you think is happening?
The Chantry has fallen, and shown its imperfection in doing so. The Chant of Light was a lie.
I mean, yeah.
It's arrogance to think that mortal lips could frame the Maker's will. So we wait in silence. The Maker has opened the sky.
Yeah.
He will call his chosen back to the Golden City.
It was actually Corypheus.
Until the Maker brings you back to us.
And Solus.
I suppose it only natural that some would turn to worshipping the breach.
Spoiler alert.
Of appeasing it.
Of course, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you've actually played this game. Okay, Arlton, eldest son, came late in Arl's life, and there was much hope for the young man to follow in the footsteps of his successful father. Unfortunately, Lauren Gurian proved to be profoundly lazy in his youth, more interested in spending his father's money than trading in his lands. In frustration, the Arl ordered a fort constructed in the mountains. He sent Lornon there, stating that his son could return to Redcliffe only when the bandits that lurked in the mountains had been brought to heel. Accepted history says that Lornon reformed, routed the bandits, and returned to Redcliffe to change mans. Whispers in the family, however, suggest that the man who returned to Redcliffe was in fact a soldier who bore some resemblance to Lornon and who fought well against the bandits in the mountains while Lornon rested comfortable in the mountain's keep for the remainder of his days. Interesting. So there's all sorts of loot here to snag. Lots of like gold piles scattered throughout this place. So unfortunately we have to do some boring stuff by just running around grabbing everything. You know, they're all a little bit too close to this rift. Don't mind me, I'm just stealing all you guys' crap. Isn't there a ladder over here? No, it must be on the other side. We also gotta find this son who can make a potion for his sick mother. Queen Asha of Antiva. There are those who believe the tale that Antiva owes its independence to the looming threat of the Crows, yet this story, largely spread by the Crows themselves, is no more credible than the promise of a market stall huckster. For the truth of the matter, we took instead to the palace of the kings in Antiva City. A grand statue of a woman in Ravanian royal garb towers over the entrance, her watchful eyes keeping the sight of everything happening within those walls. Asha Subaria Badhragai, I'm not gonna even try, Queen Mother of Thetis. When the matriarchs of Ravane arranged the marriage of the Princess Asha of Islay to King Alonso Campa of Antiva, it went unnoticed and unremarked by their contemporaries. Jesus Christ. The eyes of Thetis were on the wars of Orlais and Nervara. The marriage of a minor princess of Ravane to an almost powerless king was beneath their consideration, yet this wedding was, in retrospect, perhaps the most important event in Thetis history since the blackening of the Golden City. I mean, that's a pretty large claim. Queen Asha was skilled tactician, seeing the military ambitions of Tevinter, Navarra, and Orlais. That's right, the Tevinter Imperium, that's what they're called. I kept calling them the Venatori. But they do end up calling themselves the Venatori, at least a splinter group of them. She concocted a plan. Antiva was too prosperous to escape its neighbors Arvis. Avarice? I know that means, like, I don't know, greed and attrition, but anyways, yet had no means of raising an army capable of fending off both Tevinter and Orlais without impoverishing the kingdom. If she was to safeguard her people, it must be through measures stronger than steel. The queen spent decades making alliances in the ancient Ravinian way. Marriage. She was wed, her many children and grandchildren strategically into noble houses across the continent. Within 30 years, Antiva was so well connected that any hostile action against it would force half the nations of Thetis into war. The blood of Queen Asha runs in the veins of the Empress of Orlais, the Prince of Starkhaven, the King of Navarra, and 7 of the Dukes of the Anderfels. Even some of the magisters of the Tevinter Imperium have ties to the Antivian royal family. Asha's web to blood ties forces most of the continent to remain at peace within Antiva, or risk terrible consequences at family dinners. Interesting. So this game did have a whole lot of political, I mean, that's a big part of it. It's my understanding Antiva is like the place that Josephine is from, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Tevinter Imperium. I kept calling them Venatori, but that's like the cult group that we end up fighting later. Anyways, here's this guy.
My name is Hindle.
Your mother needs help.
Hindle, your mother can't breathe. Your father sent me here for potion. What? She was fine. She hasn't had the breathing trouble in... All right, I can help.
Good.
Here, I have some already made. Go, take it to her now.
Alright. Good boy. Back to looting. But yeah, we gotta remember, Game of Thrones was still really popular when this came out. Man, Game of Thrones. What a freaking letdown. Those last 2 seasons were well, the last season. People hate on the 7th season as well, but I actually didn't mind the 7th season as much. That last season, dude, the whole fight with the Night King, that should have been like 2 episodes long. I mean, there are some parts of it that were kind of cool, but okay, what do these things do again? It's not letting us interact with it right now. I guess we're gonna have to come back to this thing later. Maybe after we close the breach here. Anyways. But yeah. Oh, and if I do recall, we have to do this. It might be easier to do as Varric since he's smaller. Ah, shit. We're actually going to try doing this as Varric. Here we go. But yeah, man. I'm not mad with, like, fucking, again, spoiler alert, but if you haven't watched it, you never will. I'm not mad with Daenerys going crazy and shit, but... and Jon having to kill her. Okay, carefully. Carefully. Boom. Alright, good. You know what? We'll actually put that on Varric. That's a good thing for him to have. Really any of them, but specifically him. Alright. Plop. But yeah, I mean, Daenerys going like crazy like that, that made sense. I think George probably always intended it to end that way. But I don't know, Bran and the whole three-eyed raven thing just done pretty poorly at the end. And then he becomes the king. Okay, that was annoying. Like, come on, man. That didn't make any sense at all. He wouldn't have become king. He would have just gone back north. Well, I guess the tree did burn down that the three-eyed raven was, like, trapped in. But that just, I don't know, it's stupid. Like, okay, Bran can now see the future and the past. Or maybe he only saw the past. I don't know if he had, like, foresight like that. But it's like, okay, we're gonna make him king. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but...
While you were coming up, did you meet a young noblewoman with blonde hair and pale green eyes? Lady Velena should be here. We need to be together when the Maker comes.
If I remember correctly, she's dead.
She's my love, and she should be here. I wrote to her weeks ago. I know the path up the hill is dangerous, but surely the mages and Templars would not trouble a young lady.
No, they would.
I'm sorry, I can't help you. Please, if you meet my beloved, tell her I am waiting.
Sorry, brother. I'm pretty sure they murked her. Although I don't quite recall. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. There's all sorts of things that were stupid about the ending of Game of Thrones. And fuck George R. R. Martin. I think I talked about this in one of my other videos, like in one of my Skyrim videos. Fuck George R. R. Martin for, like, never actually finishing the books. Like, dude, he just gave up. He's like, I'm rich now, I don't need to do this. Some bullshit, man. Alright, let's go ahead and get in here. First, Hold on, we all need to get kind of grouped up here. Let's get Cassandra and Varric closer. Alright. Hit us up with this. Oh. What happened? Oh, we got stun locked. Alright. Oh, we're all slowed when we're in that. Alright, wait for them to spawn. Hit us up with a barrier. Hold on, let's hit these guys. Yeah, it looks like unfortunately we're gonna have to be controlling Solus for the most part. Oh, they came to us. Kinda for the best though. Looks like our boy Maxwell here did better with the guard tactic than I would have done if I was controlling him, because now we got full armor. Okay, let's see if that staff is better than whatever Solus has right now. It is, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll give him that. Anyways, another topic of fantasy books that were really, really good. We'll go ahead and put this belt on us, even though we don't have any tonics. Name of the Wind. That book by Patrick, I have it on my bookshelf over here. I actually need to reread it. He made that one, and the second book, which was called A Man Fears a Moonless Night or something like that. Really, really, really good. And he still hasn't written the last one last time I checked. And I'm pretty sure the second book came out in like 2006. So it's like, man, come on. The plot that he had set up for that is just incredible, man. Alright. It's like about, I don't know, there's like magic in it, but like they also explain magic like it's science. It's about this like kid who was like part of this like gypsy traveling troupe of entertainers that always kind of got like spat on. Even though, like, hold on, I think, before we turn this in, we gotta make sure we choose the right choice.
Maker's tears. I was a fool to have doubted you. How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
Alright, sorry about this. I need to save real quick. I just needed to double check to see that we didn't lock ourselves out of it. Alright. So we can make her one of our agents if we choose the right choice, but I'm not sure if it's spreading or listen. We're gonna choose listen and gather information.
Have your believers search for secrets that may help our cause.
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some few will remain here, the rest will go forth to do your will. When the Maker calls you to your great purpose, remember that we served you.
Okay, I think that was the wrong choice. Yeah, that was the wrong choice. So we'll do spread the word. Yeah, this was the manual save.
Maker's tears. I was a a fool to have doubted you. How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
Helping the refugees seems like, you know, like the good option, but if you want to actually recruit her, I'm imagining listening and gathering information would grant you some sort of reward, but...
Have the believers spread word of the Inquisition?
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some will remain here, the rest will go forth to do your will. When the Maker calls you to your great purpose, remember that we served you.
Is that not right either? No agent acquired? Okay, no. Maybe she would have been acquired regardless, but... Alright. Maybe it didn't matter. But no, we'll have her do a propaganda campaign. And that thing up there, I know we can interact with it later, but I guess not right now. You know what, I'm gonna keep rambling about Name of the Wind. So yeah, it's a great fucking book. If you've never read it, and you like fantasy novels, definitely check it out. But just get disappointed that it seems like the third one will never be released. So, like, Patrick Rothstis, hold on, I should just, let me grab it. Yeah, here we go. Now, the second one's called The Wise Man's Fear, but by Patrick Rothfuss, Rothfuss. Freaking awesome books, man. It does this, like, whole back and forth thing from the main protagonist to the present day to, like, his childhood. He's basically, like, telling his life story to this scribe who's seeked him out to get, like, his memoirs. And it goes back and forth to his time in hiding in this inn that he keeps with this, like, they have this weird, like, demon fairy world thing going on. So there's, like, magic and shit, but the demons and the fairies are more like, how do you put it? It's hard to explain. Like, some of the demons are just straight up monsters, and for some reason they never have gotten to the point yet. There's, like, kind of been, like, a breach and a civil war and all sorts of things, but it goes back and forth between his time, you know, talking at the inn and telling his story to him all the way as a child and how he was orphaned, but he was like a savant. He was like a master lute player, but also incredibly perceptive and smart. And how he becomes orphaned at a super young age and then eventually makes his way to, like, their most prestigious university where all the, like, scientists kind of go. But then there's also a little bit of, like, magic involved. Magic is, like, I think they called it alchemy. So it's almost like Full Metal Alchemist in that regards, with, like, equivalent exchange. It's pretty fucking cool. I'm doing a terrible job explaining it, but trust me, if y'all are into fantasy novels and you haven't read that, you need to. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll plop this down on a boy. Actually, let's plop it down here. It's better that Solus and Cassandra get the protection. Alright.
I do not believe these are simply bandits. Their armor and training suggest something deeper.
Toxic Cloud. 1,000 cuts. Bunch of rings we can't use right now. Anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and, you know, I'm going to continue rambling as I do, but, yeah, we're just going to, like, search out this area, do the quests around here. Before we make our way back north. And then just locate some of the other camps. I'm basically going to try to do, like, just about everything. I mean, I'm sure I'll get bored at certain points and double back, but... Alright, let's make sure we're all together. Okay. Yeah, just pop a barrier on a Solus, and I'm gonna take control of Varric. Make sure he has the high ground. Pop this shield.
Fighting between the mages and the Templars has cost too many innocent lives.
No. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately it looks like we're gonna have to play a Solus more often. And it looks like I made the right choice taking Chain Lightning. Because now we have all three elements. I forgot that there's these magical barriers. Is this staff any better than... No, it is 1 damage weaker. Forgot about these magical barriers where you gotta use the correct element to destroy them. Other book series that I gotta reread is Aragon. Another great fantasy novel. I actually flipped open Aragon and read the prologue a couple weeks ago just for fun. Forgotten how, like, well they described, like, the evil shade dude. He's pretty scurry. Alright. Actually, I should target the mage. No, we didn't get our guy. Oh shit. Our dude just went down. Okay, hold on. Whoops. I mean, he did what I wanted him to do, but I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Cassandra, you need to get out of there. You really need to get her shield bash so she can start doing the shatter combo. I don't think Payback Strike gives us that. Alright, so don't drink a health potion. I want you to drink a regeneration potion. And Varric, I need you to drink a regeneration potion too, actually. It's a shame the Aragon movie was so garbage. But what you gonna do? As far as The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit go, I only ever read The Hobbit and The Fellowship. I have the giant Lord of the Rings, like, book. But after reading The Fellowship, I never did get around to the Two Towers. I always accidentally call it the Twin Towers, because 9/11. But people have actually made fun of me for that before. What I like about The Hobbit, I enjoyed The Hobbit more than The Fellowship, to be honest. And I think it's because The Hobbit felt really whimsical. Like, it gets dark towards, like, the middle and the end, when they're, like, trapped in the forest. It starts to get dark, but it starts off, like, super whimsical. Whereas The Fellowship gets really dark really fast. It's just kind of the point, you know. Anyways, my bullshit opinions that nobody cares about. Alright, let's burn this. Was that not good enough? I think we can still do damage to it with the wrong element. It's just not as good. Actually, I wonder if our fire sword would have helped. It probably would have. Alright, let's get in here. Collect more Drakestone. So they've been fucking around with blood magic, because they got demons at their disposal. We really should be playing as Solus. I really need you two to get down here. Okay, that almost got all of us. No, we gotta get out of here. Yep. That's probably what happened to us last time. No, we're getting ourselves killed. Whoops. Okay, they're both gonna pop regular potions. I would have preferred them to do regeneration ones, but we're probably gonna fast travel back to camp here soon anyway, so I guess it's fine. Alright, that's one.
Supply caches Whittle wanted us to find.
Let's loot up in here. Okay, this is probably going to be much better than whatever we got. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, we're already on him. Yeah, it's much better. Just like there's going to be mages out here again. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we're kind of going to have to be controlling Solus. Kind of annoyed that they all respawned. I wonder if we can actually just get away with walking around them. Recover the farmer's ring. Love weights. Yeah, so that is still over here. Strange bedfellows. Okay, well let's see how many heals. I think with only 3 we're kind of risking it, so we're just gonna fast travel back to camp if it lets us. Yeah, that way we don't have to fight these guys either. And just fast traveling, yeah, that's enough. I guess there's an apostate stash around here, but let's turn in this requisition. Right, so now we can do geological surveys and collect. I think it's just going to be like Drakestone and iron if we want to do an operation out here. It's just like a passive way to get resources. Alright, what's the new one? Lamb's wool and silk. Okay. Well, we almost got that done, so let's just, hold on. Lamb's wool. No, that's not going to be getting from the ram, right? Maybe it will. Let's see. Oh, if it dropped it, it might have dropped it back here. No, it didn't drop anything. No, why would it give us lamb's wool? That doesn't make sense. We can probably just buy lamb's wool from one of the merchants. Okay. I was wondering where this was. Alright. With that, we're gonna head a little bit to the northeast here, so we can crack these out, but still kind of in the same area. And yeah, we're just gonna have to have Solus taking charge. So I need to manage his barriers and stuff. And honestly, it seems like Cassandra and our dude Maxwell is doing a better job at using their abilities than I am. Alright, let's pop this here. I was gonna say, these guys don't seem to be in the fight. Hold on. Wait, we actually need Cassandra to get you off Solus. Does Taunt not give me armor? I thought Taunt gave me armor. Yeah, let's get you a regeneration potion going on here.
Away with you! We must have done enough to draw the attention of the clerics by now. Shouldn't we meet with them?
I mean, there's still a lot to do, Solus. Sure, we could meet with them, but we still haven't even talked to Dennett, the horse master. Gotta find these caches for the blankies. We still gotta turn in this ram meat. Speaking of which, I don't know why they would have, they wouldn't have lamb's wool. These aren't lambs. Alright. None of them are dropping anything all of a sudden. For alright, so this should be for that dude who was wondering where his lover was. Let's get our guys healed up here. I actually want to play our dude. Alright, there we go. Oh, okay, no. This was for the... Yeah, no. This is like... both of them. When the Tevinter Imperium said that mages should rule over man, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. When the Circle said the mages should be allowed to consort with unholy spirits without care or consequence, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. Now the Lord Seeker tells us to withdraw to Val Royo. My brothers, I tell you, we are the just, and we must rebel against the unrighteous decree. Our battle must continue until no mage draws breath. Cast aside these cowardly shackles and join us along the river of the West Road. Fucking Templars, man, I'm telling you. Just the mages aren't much better, but we're gonna side with them anyways. I like fighting the Red Templars more than... I only sided with the Templars once during a playthrough. Oh, we missed that guy. Hold on. There we go. And Cassandra, you go ahead and take another regeneration potion. You got kind of hurt there. So that's part of that quest, right? Anyways, I can't remember. If you side with the Templars, I'm pretty sure you just end up fighting like a bunch of abominations. Like mages that get possessed. Whereas if you fight against the Red Templars, you get all the really cool... I mean, it's basically the same, but they look like Templars. I don't know, they're different units, I think. I don't know, it's just cooler seeing them get corrupted by the Red Lyrium. Like Knight Commander Meredith from the second game, whatever her name was. Well, you better get used to them, Barrick, because we're gonna be in a lot of caves before this is over. Need to check a cave up in the hills off the path between Redcliffe and Haven. If you can get past the mages and Templars, it's worth it. Purest vein I've seen so close to the surface. Well, poor dwarf. We're gonna leave the nugs alone. Schematic that we don't need. Because we prayed to the golden nug. Alright, what are we looking at on our recording? We're at 43 minutes. We're going to try and finish this quest up before we run out of time. And I really don't want to fight you. But it looks like we're going to have to. Alright, let's play as Solus here. Oh, we gotta try and get them out of those mines. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's what's messing us up, is when we accidentally stand in the mage mines. Alright, maybe I should fast travel. I keep hitting the center button, the touchpad, to get to the map. If we're gonna finish this quest, we gotta get all the way down there. I'm also not sure if we found that chick's ring, but we didn't seem to find the lost lover that guy was talking about.
Attacked by the Templars. She's fine. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous out here for everyone. I'm glad the Inquisition is trying to put things right.
Yep. Alright, we're amassing all sorts of power. But there's still a lot to do here in the hinterlands. And there will be. For the entirety of the game. Like I've said earlier, there is almost an overwhelming amount of shit to do in this game. Okay, I really don't want to get involved in that fight. And I'm thinking we need to start utilizing you, Varric. Because we can do shit like this and just run past, although our companions might actually try fighting. But if we just run past like this is kind of how you cheese some of those things. They'll like teleport to us. The rest of the party will. So that's kind of a way you can just bypass fights you don't want to deal with. It's even better if you do that before entering combat. Well, you kind of enter combat mode once you cast the ability, but anyways, it's a decent way to get around some of the more tedious fights. Alright, let's find this. Collect this. So, oh, here.
More supplies for Recruit Whittle.
Alright, before we leave this area... Okay, so locate the vein of lyrium. Return the ring. So, fuck, yeah, we messed up. We were right there. But I want to focus on getting these quests done. We're almost up to the hour mark. We're at 48 minutes, so I kind of got to hurry on this. And then I want to turn in a lot of these quests. But then I guess we'll make our way back over there in the next vid. I knew her corpse was over there. Just walked right past it. We don't have a mount yet, do we? No, we need to talk to the horse master first. And then because of some of the DLCs I have, I think we get like a couple special mounts. Let's see. Now that we've been doing that. Alright, let's turn this into you.
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore. This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice.
You are
It won't bring him
welcome.
back, but his spirit will rest easier now. As will mine.
Alrighty. Let's get this last cache found. Hopefully there's no actual mages to deal with, but there probably will be. Is this it? Okay, cool.
More supplies for Recruit Whittle.
So, I'll pick up this elf root real quick. We're always going to need elf root. We could investigate this burning shack. There's gonna be mages here. Maybe I'm wrong. Have we already investigated this? Right. This is why you always want a rogue with you. Mindless stuff. Let's see here. Templars were attacking the peasants. Still, there was enough of them to damp our magic. I can hear them out there doing something out in the trees. Yeah, not gonna read all of it. I think we get the picture. Alright, let's head back to the crossroads and turn in all these quests. Boom. And then we'll call it good here. I already can't remember where Whittle is. I think he's at like the north side. He like almost leads to the road that we need to get to the other side of the map. Alright.
A lot of people going hungry over here. Here, maybe this will help. It more than helps. With this, I can fill these hungry bellies. Give these folks some hope. I didn't think much of the Inquisition, but no one else is helping like you lot. Maybe I was wrong.
Well, amassing more power at least. Make it easier to progress later on for finding the new areas.
Of course. Maker's breath. If I were back in the city, I could just steal some blankets.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Supply stores. I can mark the locations for you.
I'll get out there myself with a few men and pick them up. This will keep a lot more refugees alive next time it snows. I appreciate it.
Alright, was there any other quests that I needed to turn in specifically here? We gotta return the phylactery. Ah, that's right, the potion. After this, we'll go find that poor lady's corpse and let the guy know, hey, sorry brother, she dead. Which I wanted to do earlier, but also, is this chick right here? I guess this chick's right here, so I guess we can do this as well.
I have heard stories about you, Herald of Andraste. I am Enchanter Elendra. I hope you find a way to end this foolish war.
So sorry,
I believe this is your
but
flag.
here.
I found it on the body of a dead Templar.
Oh,
I suspected he died when he
that's right, that's right.
word. Make a curse the fools who started this war. And the fools who now fight it.
Yep.
Thank you. Matron was important to me. Here, for your trouble.
Little, Romeo and Juliet.
The Inquisition could use the skills of a powerful mage.
If I wished to kill others, I would have joined the rebels. How is the Inquisition better?
Wonder if we had the right person with us, we could maybe recruit her.
Farewell.
Thank you again. It is better to know.
I'm not sure. If Solis can't convince her, I don't see how Vivian or Dorian could.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. Please hurry.
Here you go.
Here you go. A potion and instructions on how to make it.
Please bless you. Or the Maker. Or whoever. It doesn't matter. Just thank you. I'll give it to her right away. If ever I can help the Inquisition, you have my word.
Alright. I'm pretty sure that's all the quests we can turn in on this area. Yeah, these are the shards. We'll do that later, but we'll go ahead and end it here. Next video, I'll head back, south and find her body this time. I feel really stupid because I knew her body was over there. It's like the whole reason I went over there, aside from just finding the caches and the ring. But we'll go back, do that, and then I guess we'll do the Lyrium Bane as well, since we found that quest line. And then we'll see if I can do the breaches or the rifts. We can probably get these ones done, but sometimes you gotta be careful because they might be too high a level for us. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.